It's a Friday. Welcome back to the channel, and we're still screening loom. It is definitely complete Groundhog Day over here in my neck of the woods. Can't see anything. And if it's the first time to this channel, welcome. You have reached a real life construction channel. This is not a simulator. I repeat, this is not a simulator. This is the real deal Holyfield. Anybody from the 90s, late 80s, early 90s, Evander Holyfield's nickname was the real deal Holyfield. Well, welcome. And if you haven't, now you heard. You heard here first. I think I'm going to adjust you guys just a smidge, get you guys away from the side window, and we're gonna cuff down the dirt like we always do in the hopper. It's not running bad today. I actually ended up cleaning this hopper. I should have filmed it, but I took all the screens off. I'm not putting the screens back on at all for the rest of the winter. It's just too much of a pain to continue to clean. Honestly, to continue to clean the screens, so we're not going to do that anymore. We're going to run them without. We move the conveyor. It's the stacker really that's giving me the trouble, and we'll just move it every night when we need to. We'll adjust, and that's that. So that'll be the way to do that, I believe. Yep. So we're screening on a Friday. Beautiful out. The sun finally popped out, and yeah, it's a nice day. The sun feels good through the glass. We're able to screen some. I got a lot of frost. It's just that time of the year. It just is what it is. We got to do what we can do to try to make, try to get going. But well, listen, it's going. So you can see, we got that little pile in front though. A little scraper is not doing its job, but whatever. Did learn some adjustments on the stacker down below, which is good. Get the warning screen done here. Stay hydrated, my friends. Water. Yeah, I did learn some. There's some adjustments that I can do on the stacker. I saw the levers there. I saw the illustrations of what they do when you pull them, which way up and down. But one of them is you can actually really adjust this quite a bit higher than it is, which is good too. Gives a little bit more headroom when you go underneath there with the loader, so which is good for the loader guy at least. So like I said, if you're just popping into the chat, welcome to the chat, welcome to the channel. This is a construction channel. Just to forewarn you, we are open-ended live stream where you can ask any question related to content that I post. I don't talk about politics, I don't talk about religion, I don't talk about what you call yourself. I don't care. You do you, and I don't care what you do. So this is a construction channel, and we'll talk everything about construction. So welcome. Man, that sun feels good coming through the glass. Yeah, I did not post a video, just posting a live stream. I do have a video that I'm going to upload maybe Saturday. I'm going to try to do going to do an upload schedule, I think, on the weekends. I think I'll build my content during the week, edit, do all my stuff, get them loaded in the Canon and shoot them out on a Saturday. I think that's going to be the schedule moving forward. That way I can get a good fan. Well, look at that. There's a shovel. There is a spade shovel. Look at that. Oh, let me flip it. That's cool. Look at the spade shovel. Haha. That's cool. Spade shovel frozen right there. Look at it. I'll try to peel it off. Yes, sir. Got it. That's cool. Anyways, yeah, I want to do more of like an upload schedule. So I think Saturdays are going to be more the long form videos. We might even try to do a live stream on the weekends if I can. Obviously, live streaming here while I can do it at work safely is okay in my book. If I was working with a crew, putting pipe in the ground or setting structures or doing something not as mind-numbing, and yes, this is mind-numbing work. This is brainless work. If you've been doing this for any amount of time, screening loom or processing stuff is mind-numbing and very, very boring. which I'm not complaining. You do have to pay attention to the conveyor belts, especially the stacker. That gave me some malarkey yesterday. Had a hydraulic line loose and just dumped all the fluid everywhere, which is great. That's wonderful. That's exactly what we want to do. So tighten that fluid up, put another 15 gallons back in the tank, and off we going. This morning, I took off both screens underneath, basically right down here, right above the bucket. I'll try to do that. So that underneath there has screens, which protects the rollers. I move that thing every night on the tracks. It's got tracks on it just like an excavator. So I move it every night to clean it, because if I don't, it will freeze for the next morning. Obviously, you can see we do still have snow in certain spots, but it's melted, so it's not that bad today. There is some frost. Welcome to the channel. What's going on? You're in a construction channel. It's 23 people in here. What's up? We are in the United States, and we do anything to do with construction, trying to get the younger generation, middle-aged people, or even the people that are trying to make a change in their life, midlife crisis people, who knows. But I'm just getting the information out there to appreciate that. I appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, I got a lot of videos on here, and long form videos, and we do live streams and we chat about construction. And this is what I've been doing since October 29th. I've been here. So yeah, if you're interested in getting into the blue collar world, any trade, this might be a channel that might be able to give you some information on that. Do I have all the answers? No. Do I have some experience? Yes. I've been doing this for 28 years. So I do have some experience in construction, and I'm trying to get it across more or less. In most of my videos, I do talk about the younger generation. I'm talking about the kids coming out of high school, 18, 19-year-old kids, that working with your hands, that's what I do, working with my hands, is not a bad thing to do. The lighting's horrible with the sun behind me, unless it's my screen covered in oil. Could be. Let me flip you guys around. I want to clean my front screen real quick. Looks horrible, at least my camera. Yeah, I'm trying to teach the younger generations that the blue collar world is not a bad thing to be part of. You can make a lot of money. You can have a really successful career. You get some talent, some skills, some life skills, and some work skills, and you can take it any way you want to do it. You know, I got buddies that are electricians. They went to high school and they worked for a company for, say, 10 years, and then they went on their own, bought themselves a van, and they do well for themselves. They make over 6 figures, and most trades, once you put enough time in, I'm gonna say at least 4, maybe a little longer, maybe 6 to 10 years. By the time you hit your 10-year mark in this industry, probably even sooner than that, to be honest with you, I'll say 6 years in any blue-collar trade. I don't care if you're a plumber, electrician, a carpenter, a glazer, a mason, an operator, a mason tender for that matter, not a mason like part of the, whatever, that group of people. Talking about like a bricklayer. You'll make over 6 figures. You'll make over $100,000 a year. And the biggest thing I use YouTube for, I've been doing it since 2012. I have a main channel, which is basically automotive content, and this is my daytime job. Not particularly this all the time, but running heavy equipment. So I've been doing this for 28 years, running heavy equipment, and I'm trying to share and get out information as a tool. As far as I'm concerned, YouTube for everybody is a tool. And I think, I don't have the stats, but I heard it's like one of the second top besides Google for search engines. So if you search something, how to, or should I, or how to do this, 99% of the time you're gonna find a video based on what you're trying to look for. Down to like changing oil in a car, or where their air filter is for my cabin inside my Honda Civic, or whatever you're searching for. There is going to be potentially 99.9% of video on YouTube. So I use this as a tool. Now, I've been watching some live streams lately that are kind of disturbing in my eyes. I'm a much older generation than most of the kids on here, but I'm trying to see what their mindset is, and it's like a lot of brain rot, as my kids call it. But anyways, so in one of my videos, I've touched on the simple fact that AI is coming. It's here. It's being developed at a very fast pace, and it's coming for a lot of kids' jobs. I say kids. Well, you got people that have been coding for years. Now they're probably my age, computer coding, and they're going to be out of a job here shortly. So, which is really sad. So I think the blue collar trades is a future to keep you working, unless you become a YouTuber. You do that too. But I'll never stop working. Even if I hit 100,000 on this, that doesn't mean. I mean, that's awesome that I've reached that many people. If it ever comes to that, I'm never begging for anybody's support. I'm never begging for money. I'm never doing that. I've never done that on my. I've never done that on my main channel. I refuse to do that stuff. I'm not into that stuff. You know, I like answering questions, sharing knowledge. And I've said this before on my live stream, and I'll say it again, and it'll probably be a reoccurring thing. Knowledge is powerful, but without being shared, it's useless. So, it's powerless if you do not share your knowledge, as far as I'm concerned. And a lot of people are not keen on sharing what they've learned over their lives. I've run into operators that are much, much older than me, probably retired and some dead, that would refuse to share any tips and tricks on how to do something, because they were always afraid of them taking their job. I'll never have that mindset, ever. Because without the future generation coming up behind us, we ain't got no future, as far as I'm concerned. So what you're looking at in your screen right now is a Power Screener Warrior 1800X. It is made by Terex, which is a brand. They do a lot of... Terex is big in like paving industry. They do like reclaim machines where they'll put a machine with a big grinding tub wheel on it with teeth, and they'll rip up like pavement, and they'll like pulverize it, rebrand it, throw it in a tractor, and shoot it down the road. So Terex has been around for a while. They have what else do they have? I think they have rollers. They have a few pieces of equipment. They don't do excavators, but this screening plant is theirs. They have crushers as well, where you can crush rock. Very similar setup to this one. The stacker is optional. That does usually go hand in hand with this, because that conveyor right there is so small, and the material that you end up selling or using on a job, which is what you're looking at right now in your screen with the excavator bucket, is topsoil, which grows grass. So you want to put that in your grass. And then all the stuff right here going slowly with the shadow in your screen, that is rock mixed with 3/4 inch, which is down here. And that shoots off that conveyor, and it's just sorting it out basically as it goes by off the screening plant. You can see it just kind of flicks off the end, and it just continuously rolls on a conveyor belt, like a very small treadmill. So that's what we're doing today, and that's what we've been doing for months, and it actually gave me a lot of opportunities to come on here and talk to you guys, talk to new people that pop in and out of the chats, find my subscriber base, find people interested in blue collar work, and slow and steady. That's all we're gonna do here. And I enjoy it. And the live streams that I do are very, very different. I do like answering questions, which keeps the audience engaged, keeps me engaged, and that way I don't have to sit here aimlessly talking about nonsense. I am paying attention. I multitask quite a bit. To be an operator, you have to multitask. That's number one. So right now, I'm not even, it just, like if I can spin around and like pan down, but my hands are on the controls. I have the foot controls. I'm always looking. I got a camera. I really don't have to use that right now, but yeah, I'm always definitely paying attention to the conveyor belt, especially this one. I'll flip you back around. That one right here is the most important one, because that belt is going so fast compared to all the other belts. So that belt is shooting off into that hopper, which that hopper, you can see what's going on, and then it shoots it way up there, way out of the way. So, yeah, but every day I have to move that, because I have to clean up, especially right in front of it where that wiper is. It's cleaning the belt the best it can, but it is what it is. We're trying our best over here. You know, it's January, the new year, and you know that you really can't ask for much when it comes to screening in the winter. We can do what we can do as long as we put an honest effort in on the dry days and the days that we can accomplish something. The company I work for, I'm assuming they think it's worth it, and that's all that matters. So they want to get this stuff done. They got to get it done one way or the other, whether it's fast, slow, a day here or a day there. You got to get it done. You got to get it done. They want this whole pile. Right now I'm at this plateau, which is about 15 feet above the grade of this yard, and I got another 25 to 30 feet of that double cut. You can kind of see a shelf. It's very hard to see from here, but right on top of my teeth, That's a 5-foot cut or a 4-foot cut, and I gotta get that down. That's 35 more feet out towards the end of the shelf, and then we got to go down again. So it's going to be quite a while. It just is what it is. Stockpiling is like a big no-no in this industry because you got to move it more than twice. But when it comes to something like this, you have no choice realistically. But put a dedicated machine up here, you know, diesel fuel, and then you got this very nice setup screening plant, you know. So it's just yeah, it's just one of those things. It's necessary evil, I guess, if you want to call it that. So, no, a lot of people might not like doing this, but honestly, I don't mind working by myself. It is the older I get, the more I realize peace is bliss for sure. A lot of distractions, a lot of noise in life, so it is really nice. This is very peaceful, relaxing. When I'm not on YouTube, I'm usually listening to a podcast or got my stereo on. And if anyone's ever popped into my lives, this is like my 12th or 13th live on this channel. I decided I'm done. I've watched myself on the lives after I upload them, or I really don't even edit them, and I'm done smoking cigars. I'm done. I have to stop. It's a really bad habit, and doing it on film made me realize I don't like the way I look when I smoke a cigar. So now I might enjoy one once in a while, like in the summertime or something like that, like a good like Monte Cristo. But those little cigarellos that I've been smoking, the backwoods, I'm all set. I gotta quit them. First of all, they've went up quite a bit, so, and it's a bad habit. You know, I sit here all day long. I sit on my ass, and I get paid really well to sit on my ass and do a good job at what I do. I get it. But when you're by yourself, it's like a truck driver. I actually follow a couple truck drivers on this channel, not my other channel. My other channel, if you want to check it out, it's in the description of this channel. You could find a link to that. It's Gasoline Garage. I do a lot of repair work videos. I do a lot of, yeah, look at my hair. I didn't put any product in it this morning. I ran out the house. So what was I saying? Yeah, that channel's separate from this one. And I took all the content, like I used to blend it, and I used to put like some of my work stuff on Gasoline Garage, but that's a mechanics, like a how-to mechanic and help people out doing certain things. I've gotten, I don't know, I think I got over close to 1 million views on that channel, and I started posting heavy in 2015, and then I would post my some construction videos here and there, and yeah, I think I made this in May. So May of 2026 will be a year of Dirty Dirt Garage. And so I have told nobody about this channel. No friends, no family, no co-work, nothing, nobody. Nobody I've told about this channel. Although some people have asked where it is, and then I share it that way. But I don't blatantly go out and promote this channel at all. I want this channel to grow slow, because I'd rather slow and steady. That's how I did my other channel. And really, it's still, I'm a minuscule channel. I haven't even crossed over to 10,000, the 10,000 subscriber mark on my other channel, and I'm okay with that. It keeps me at a certain level where it's a hobby, and I try to help out as many people as I can with a comic relief, especially in the mechanics videos. But this channel is 100% dedicated to construction, so, and trying to get the word out to people that want to do construction. That's a big thing, man. Some kids don't even know what they want to do in college, you know, and it's really, it's nuts. And I think there's a change happening, though. I think there is a big change in this country that is changing with that whole college scene. You know, that's my personal opinion. You know, you go into debt for 6 figures for college. You know, you can end up over $100,000 in student loans, more than that probably. And then instead, I know kids that'll come right out of high school, go into the apprentice program. Their first year, they can make up to $65,000 and have no student debt. So, where's the math in that? Math ain't mathin'. Well, I gotta get that rock out of there. But yeah, so there's a lot of benefits to working blue collar, let alone not having student loans. Like are you kidding me? That's killer. So, trying to get the word out there for the younger generation to let them know that working with your hands, not a bad thing at all. Nothing to be Nothing to be ashamed of. Listen, is it hard work? Yeah, I was a laborer for many years. A lot of hard work, trust me. Is it hard work to get in the machine? Yeah, it can be. Some people have different avenues how they got into their career. Is it worth it? I think so. I think building a lifelong career and a lifelong skill will bring you into many more adventures that you would never know that you would have had opportunities to do in your real life. That's my opinion. Chad of Christmas Past, welcome back, my friend. Listen, vacation, enjoy it. Yeah, listen, that's how it goes. I've been down that road too many times. Enjoy the time off while you can. Get back when you want to. Stay involved. We've talked about it in other lives. And so, well, right on, brother. Yeah, just spitting some knowledge out here on the live stream, my man, talking about getting into the trades and getting the younger kids in and not going into student debt at $100K for a year, a semester, or, a whole year of school and college. Telling them, hey, listen, it ain't that bad working with your hands, getting out here and getting dirty. Stay dirty, like I always say in the end of my videos. Man, you can make some money. What's that saying that's on those hats and them stickers? Dirty money, what is it? Clean hands? No, dirty hands, clean money? I got it. Listen, I'm getting old. I don't remember all the sayings. Yeah, we're still up here screening, throwing mud through the plant, trying to make something out of nothing. Listen, I make miracles. People know it. That's right. Dirty hands, clean money. Come on now. Yeah, I think it's a beneficial to this workforce that we need to get these kids out here, man. And in the work ethic, man, that's key. You gotta show up for work. You can't mess around. Go have fun on Friday night. If you gotta work Saturday, that's on you. But if you're working a Monday through Friday job, 40 hours a week, and you're trying to get it shit done, listen, word of advice. I don't drink alcohol. I haven't had alcohol in the last 3 years. I mean, I can have a drink tonight and be fine. I don't go out and drink every day. I think the last time I had a drink was like 4 months ago. I'm not clean cut, but I just said about the cigars, I'm quitting smoking that. Those are $10 a pack now, and I got to quit. That's a really bad habit. But you got to show up for work. The work ethic is so key today. Just getting people to show up to work. You don't even have to have a good attitude first thing off the rip, because most guys don't. It is what it is. Have your coffee. I'll talk to you at 10, maybe in a bit of time, or I won't talk to you at all. Just show up to work and do your job. That's imperative for this generation coming up right now. Show up. Yeah, there you go, Chad. Yep. Show up for work. Pay attention. Stay off your phone. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. I'm on my phone right now. I get it. But I'm multitasking. As an operator, you got to learn to do that shit. I'm working. I get it. I've had comments in some of my videos, hey, what are you doing? Pay attention. You're da-da-da-da. Dude, I've seen people driving in their car, live streaming and looking at their phone. Give me a break, guy. I wouldn't be doing live streams if I wasn't doing this. If I was putting pipe in the ground or slinging steel, you wouldn't catch my ass on the phone. So, this is mind-numbing to me. I've been doing these for 28 years. I could probably do this half in the wrapper and still get shit done. But anyways, yes, I want to get the younger generation heavily involved. I think they need to understand it's not all bad. Yeah, there's some bad moments in this industry. Listen to me. There's bad moments in every workplace. I don't care if you work in an office space, which offices aren't even a thing anymore. You can work from home. Go work from home. Sure, yeah, that's great. You can let your dog out. You can do all that stuff. But there's going to be pros and cons to working at home too. I still can't believe that the bare minimum is so low. Just showing up is I know. Listen to me. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all, Chad. Just, you know what I mean? You'll have a guy that can produce, right? Say you have a guy that can, whatever. Say you're putting a sprinkler system in. You got that cast wrought iron, the rod cast black pipe, and you got fittings, you got sprinkler heads, you got the hydrant hookups, whatever you're putting in that day, all the mechanical joints, the pipe dope, that da-da-da, you name it, right? You got a guy that's got a bad attitude, and he's just a miserable bastard or something like that. He's going through his third divorce. There's a video we could talk about. The ups and downs of construction guys. Anyways, but he knows how to work and he can put shit together. They'll keep him. Yeah, Jerry's kind of mean, but Jerry can put pipe up. He puts up 50 feet a day. Well, I don't know, whatever it is, and he can put whatever they say about Jerry. But Jerry's an ass. But they'll put up with Jerry because Jerry shows up every day and he's a hard worker. Now, listen to me. Is it easier to put on a smile and fake that crap? Absolutely. You know, put your guard up. My guard's always up with people. And the older you get, the more you realize that. But listen to me. That can happen in college settings. That can happen in an office building. That can happen in labs when you're working with a bunch of damn scientists next to each other. Everyone's cutthroat. You know, it's the same industry everywhere. Me, personally, I think if you don't have to go into debt to get a job to make over $120,000 to $150,000 a year, I think the maths when it comes to that. No student debt, and you can make over a six-figure job. Now listen to me, as far as I'm concerned. Don't listen to me or listen to me. In today's world, 2026, which we're just in the beginning of January here, you ain't making over 100K in certain parts of the country. You're barely making it, which is really sad. And that's another whole topic. I don't talk about it on this channel. I'm not doing it. But I don't talk about politics, and I don't talk about religion. You do you, and I don't care what your political views are, and I don't talk about economy stuff. But that's a real point right there. If you ain't making over 100K, it's tough. It's really tough. And don't get it twisted. These people on YouTube that are doing live streams, that are writing people's names down and doing shout outs and screaming at the camera and doing all this stuff, they are manipulating people's brains in order to gain money from the YouTube algorithm to get monetized and get money. I will give one credit to those type of YouTubers and the live streamers that do that stuff. They are putting in a lot of work. I give it to them. I commend them. It's a lot of work to get out here, put yourself in front of potentially millions of people, hundreds of thousands of people, and talk to a camera and make off like you're talking to a crowd or a auditorium full of people and trying to give life advice. That's different for me. I like sharing advice and giving it out. But the YouTubers that are exploiting that, it's laughable, but then on the other hand, the effort that they put in is commendable. So I can't really knock them for that much. They're trying to side hustle. They're trying to do what they can do. So I'm not going to knock them. I knock them, but I'm not going to knock them, if that makes any sense. You know, good on them. Get your money. I think YouTube is a tool. That's how I use YouTube and share knowledge and get it out there and share some cool stuff. And there's actually a YouTuber I was watching, I don't know, a couple days ago. He splits wood with his wood splitter with his kid. It's like, let's go. I'm hanging out with your boy. Listen to me. I wish I could have my kid here with me right now. He's in school, obviously. Both my kids, they're in school. But yeah, man, it's I think YouTube is a good tool. I use it as a tool, and I think it's really good for a lot of other people that search things. That's what I use this for. I don't beg, borrow. I don't put Cash App bull crap up there. It's crazy. I barely go in the live streams because I never really live streamed off my main channel for years. I always like to do my editing and stuff like that. Sometimes the long form videos turn into a live stream, but I did do some research before I started live streaming on this channel. Is basically always start a video or a live stream like it's a long form video, so potentially people can come back and do it. But I do like communicating and asking questions, or I should say answering questions about construction. So that's basically why I do the live streams. But yeah, Chad, you are right, that last comment. Show up for work, you got a job. It's nuts. But that's the way the world works now. It's not even seniority anymore, really. What can you do? That's just the way it goes, man. That's just the way it is nowadays. It is really, to think about it in that way, it is kind of strange. It's nice that the sun's shining. It's beautiful out. I'll give it that today. It is nice out. Looks like we're going to have at least in my area, we're going to have some, 20s and teens at night, but during the day, it's going to be like 40s, in the 40s the next couple days, which is, I'm not complaining. Do you need a state license in order? Oh, yeah, Chad. Yeah, dude. If I had my license, well, I got my address all on. I'm not going to do that, but I have Got to update my DOT medical card. That's coming up in February. I got to get that done. So that's one license that I need. It's a medical card, which shows I'm fit physically, my high blood pressure, a corrective lens. Basically, that's what that, hearing and vision. It's like a physical, but it's a Department of Transportation. So that's one license. Then I have 2 licenses from Massachusetts, which I could potentially have 4, up to 4 on one card. It's a hoisting license. So Massachusetts, as long as I've been alive, has had hoisting license. I think they put them in place in 1980. So I had my hydraulic license, 2 different licenses on that. One is called a 2A, and then one is a 1C. I have that. So I have telescoping boom without cables, which is basically a forklift, a lull. And then I have the 2A that covers me for excavator hoistings, loader, and dozers, rollers, skid steers, all that stuff. So there's the DOT, the hoisting license. I got my CDL, my commercial driver's license. I could do a long form video. I think I touched on licenses on one of my long form videos, but I could talk about CDL. I could talk about that on a video. I have my commercial driver's license, which helps me with machines going over the road, like a loader that weighs over 38,000 pounds. You need a CDL. Rubber tire excavator. I'm in a tracked excavator for the last for the last year I've been in a track excavator. You don't need that to be on the road, but you don't really go on the road with a track excavator. So they have rubber tire excavators. You need a license for that because they're over anything over 36,000 pounds. Driver's license, you got to have that. But yeah, the hydraulic license, and then there is a federal license that most guys that run cranes need. It's called an NCCCO. It's a national certification for cranes, which is across the nation. You need that. Even people up in, there's a bunch of states that don't even require a hydraulic license. One of them close to me is Maine. They put that in place, the NCCCO license, for the crane certification. You need to have that nationwide now. And what happens is it just keeps people safer and keeps people that don't know what they're doing in a crane out of a crane. So yeah, to answer your question, that was very long. Sorry about that. Yeah, you need licenses. Yes, sir. As I'm going too, I'll flip you back around. I'm like trying to bust up. These aren't rocks. This is actually frost. So that was moisture in the ground, then it froze fast. So that's what those are. Those little boulder-looking things. Some of them do break up when they go over the top of the grizzly. But right now, I have a good pile of frost on the other side of this conveyor belt, which is straight out there. Right out there, the one that looks like a treadmill. Yep, that is that belt on that side's got quite a bit of frost, but whatever. And then we got the loader guy brings it all the way over to that pile, way out in the distance. As you can see, the snow. So that pile that's underneath my bucket is good processed gravel. That stuff can be crushed if necessary, or used as backfill over my bucket right now. That's all the tailings out of the pile. And actually, all this needs to be removed. The loader has kind of been slow this week, is what it is. But all that whole little bridge I made out there to clean that conveyor, all can go. That's all tailings that has to go way over there. And I'm not doing it because an excavator can't do it that fast. Unless I got a truck. If I got a rock truck, I could load it up. Put a bigger bucket or get a bigger excavator. I just put a bigger bucket on this thing, I don't care. Not too big where it's oversized for the machine, but yeah. Yeah, there's a lot to this, doing this stuff, especially this way. Let that kind of run through. It's a minute. Yeah, it's slow going in the winter. Just is what it is. Someone's, they want me up here. They're gonna pay me. I'm up here. Thank you. This is coming up. I gotta get a water. This is coming up on one of the longest tenured jobs I've had in 10 years. I know that sounds nuts to a lot of people, but anyone that might watch this now in the live stream, or people that might come in later on as a video, yeah, this is probably one of the longest tenured jobs I've had in the union. The older I get, the more I realize arguing with people to be right is pointless. And I've come full circle with that. So I just mind my business. Don't mess with me. Don't mess with my pocketbook. I say that all the time. Don't mess with my pocketbook, my wallet. Don't mess with my money. And you ain't never gonna have no problems out of me. They already learned that though here at this company, which is cool. and a few crews I work with well, and some I don't. And I was on a job, which I wish I was filming more. I have in the beginning, I have a few videos, but I was in a Volvo 700 banging out, loading trailers, man. 15 trailers a day, like 6 loads a piece. And they're asking me, hey, you think you could do any more? I said, send more, please. Don't do me no favors. I was loading and loading and loading. So they found out I can move earth, and I think that's probably why partially I'm up here, and that's fine with me. It's nice, kind of quiet. Just be by yourself. Watch your conveyor belts. Watch that stinking hopper that I can never get completely clean. Just the moisture. Just is what it is. Although I did today take all those screens out underneath that conveyor right there, that stacker. That was necessary. Because yesterday was fairly warm. It's starting to get warm right now with the temperature. But I did have a roller kind of froze up and I was unaware of it. That's my fault. But it's underneath. I can't see it from up here. Would you rather crap inside a porta potty in a super windy 10-degree day or snowy and super humidity, no clouds? Nah, throw me in the SWAT box, dude. You could lose like 10 pounds taking a shit, and then you'll lose 10 pounds of sweating. Nah, dude, I'll deal with the heat. Crapping in the cold's no fun, dude. Nah, no, I'm good. Right down to nothing in the porta-john. Sweat everywhere. You gotta get in there about 15 minutes after the cucka-sucker comes through. Dry the seat. Put your nest in the bottom so you don't get Smurf kisses. Because nobody likes Smurf kisses. And then literally just totally, completely take it all off and go to town. That question was always one. That was good. I needed a laugh. Yeah, I think I would take the heat over the cold. Hands down. Heat over the cold. Although, that's so funny. We were working, this crew was working for JF White out of Boston, Brockton, wherever the hell they're from. And they ain't got a lot of work right now, from what I heard. But anyways, we were working on a barge, working on a bridge project, and we had this woman operator. Her name was Pam. What a sweetheart, and she was a great, great woman. She's still around. I don't know if she's retired yet, but she knows how to run a crane. Smooth operator. Very good female operator. Anyways, we had like 4 porta-johns on the barge. Every week we'd go back, fuel up the fuel cells for the excavator that was on the barge and the crane and the generator for the box. Anyways, her bathroom. You know, the ladies only have their bathroom because ladies got their lady things. And we all respected it. She was the only one with like fake grass carpet in there. She had a tissue box, like an air spray, and then air sprayer. And then in the wintertime, we'd run a cord into the shit house for her, and she'd have a little floor heater. I was like, what? I go, we're doing it wrong, boys. We ended up putting heaters. We bought them on the company dime. Yeah, they bought them. And yeah, dude, we ended up putting heaters in all the porta-johns. And let me tell you right now, that little square box heater makes a big difference in the middle of the dead winter, especially when you're working on the water. There's no place to get out of the wind. Everything is just cold, man. I remember the Connex box we had there. It was insulated, but that outside power generator never shut off. Never shut off. Kept all the pile drivers closed dry, warm, 24/7. Never stopped. It was amazing, you know, and a lot of fuel. I remember going out there on the weekends. I was making a lot of money. I'll put it to you that way on the weekends. Weekends was time and a half, 8 hours. I'd go in for a few hours. My superintendent, you know, Danny, you call me. By the way, my name is Dan. That not know, who doesn't know, which I should start doing in the beginning of my videos. I'm gonna start doing that so people have a face to the name. Anyways, he would always say, just text me when you're there. Put your life vest on. Take the skiff. We had boats. Because I'd have to get all the cofferdams and the barges. We had 3 barges and 5 cofferdams. Anyways, he'd make me. Yeah, that is genius. I mean, I was an envy until we got our own heaters. I'm like, yeah, this is the way to do it. Anyways, so we'd fuel up, and I was making. Yeah, them generators never stopped in the wintertime. Yeah, and even in the summer they had air conditioning too, which was nice. But I don't think they used it much because that was pointless if you go in there on break and You go out there in the sweltering heat, especially being out of the water. Although it wouldn't be too bad. Again, there was no shade. The water in Boston Harbor always kept it fairly cool for the most part. Anyways, yeah, I made some serious dough on that job, man. What a good job that was. Yeah, but the heater and the porta-john, I was amazed. I was like, Pam, you got it made in there. I mean, was it warm? I mean, it was better than not having a heater, you know. It's plastic, obviously. Some people have never gone to the bathroom at a porta-john, unless you were at a concert. And the ones at the concert, ooh, they make the ones on the job site look like Taj Mahal. I tell my kids, go over there and pee in the woods. We are not going in those porta-johns when we go to, like, I don't know, been to like parks or outdoor adventure parks or something like that. They're disgusting. It's really disgusting to see what humans are all about. And it's funny. I don't know how we got into this. Well, you asked a question, so I'm going to get into it now. Porta-john etiquette. You could tell when different trades show up to a job site on what the porta-johns look like. And that's a fact. Ask your coworkers about that guy. You know when the drywallers show up. You know, like when carpenters are there. You know when, like, oh, it's funny. It's funny. You know when there's like, you know when certain trades show up to a job site, how the toilets look on that job site. We were at a job site, not far from home, and you know, no offense to those guys, but man, when they show up, bro, they eat. They got their microwaves. They get all homemade food from the night before, and they get going on that food, boy. Oof. Like, we kind of segregated the toilets. I was in the loader with the forks on that job, and I told my foreman, I go, hey, I said, those two shit houses over there, I'm hiding them. We're going to bring them over here. He goes, absolutely. I'm all done going over there. Oh, that's bad. That's so bad. That is one downfall of working in the trades. Although I've been on some job sites, they have trailers. It's amazing. Heated trailers with sinks. Man, before COVID, there was no such thing as a wash sink. You know, like you could, there's job sites that have the ones with the pump on the ground where you pump with your foot. You got the soap dispenser, paper towels, and water. Like those did not, they were around, but no one sent them out to a job site until after COVID. I remember those days. Yeah, it's nice to have a wash center. You know, whatever, you gotta wash your hands, you gotta wash your hands. Anyways, yeah, all right, no more talking about cuckas. Unless we have another good story about the cuckas. So if you're popping in, welcome to the live stream. If you're just finding this channel by scrolling through the doom scroll network of live streams on YouTube, welcome. You did not find a brain rot live stream. We do not shout out people unless they're relative to what we're talking about. I will talk to you in the comments. If you're a knucklehead, I will not respond and get you booted. Goodbye. Have a good day. Have a good day, sir. You may have nothing. I don't ask for anything from anybody. I don't need anything from anybody. I share knowledge. I answer questions. I joke around, have good laughs, and work. That's what we do on this channel. Construction. Welcome. Consider subscribing if you'd like construction stuff. We run all sorts of aspects of construction, including that little gem of a thing right there. That is a D6R XL. And we are currently in a Cat 3 35F. LCR. Anybody knows what that stands for? LCR. I think it's like low, something to do with like the ground pressure, I think. Probably totally wrong. I've been wrong many times in my life. And I will never stop being wrong. Because if you ain't learning something every day, you ain't doing it right. So yeah, you found a construction channel. Welcome. Dirty Dirt Garage. I'd say that's full. Let that run its course. I suppose suppose we could take a walk around and clean up them tailings, maybe. Maybe? Oh, hold on, everybody. Go for a ride. Give you guys a different angle of the dangle. We'll go around this little pile of stuff, which I'm going to leave here for the day, because it ends up actually like a nice little barrier so no one drives in here, because trucks go up this, both sides of these two ramps. They're split. Concrete on the left, asphalt on the right, loom on the far right, which we're coming into the screen right now. That's all unscreened topsoil. That came all the way out 50 feet, at least 50 feet. That ramp started, the front of that face started like right here, give or take. Yeah, because that Jersey barrier is right there. Yep. Yeah, it was right about there. Sure, now we're spinning around 360. I always put the bucket on the ground to lift up the car body a little bit and get myself to a different direction. We'll walk down the bridge I built over here. Temporary bridge, whatever you want to call it. Or we can call it a mezzanine. We'll clean up those tailings. I usually switch the bucket out, but I'm deciding against it right now. What are we in? 46 minutes? Maybe I'll run an hour. We'll beat feet. If anybody's in here and wants to ask any questions about what we're doing, fire away. If not, no big deal. Anybody has any questions about operating heavy equipment, fire away. If not, no big deal. Leveled out here, down here. That is one key thing to do when you're digging, especially if you're digging trenches, putting in pipe, got to be level. Because if you ain't level, your trench is not going to be level. And then you'll dig crooked, then your hole is going to be crooked, your trench will be crooked, your pipe won't go on the ground, your whatever, your structure is going to be crooked. It's not good. You want to be as level as possible when you're running an excavator, especially a tracked excavator. Now, a rubber tire has adjustable suspension where you can lock it in certain ways, but track machine does not have that. Track, you got to make the ground that you're sitting on fairly level before you start doing any type of work, especially hoisting with an excavator. And yes, an excavator is considered a hoisting machine. What's a hoisting machine, you might ask? Well, a hoisting machine is something that goes overhead. Anything that can lift anything overhead. Overhead, what did that consist of? I don't know, 5 feet? I guess that's overhead. I'm sure there's a correct term or a correct definition of overhead, but that's what I'm going to consider it. Because at dirt companies, the one I'm currently working for, we do everything with excavators. We set structures, we lift pipe. Yeah, there's not a lot of crane work in dirt work, I'll tell you right now. Once in a blue moon there will be, but not very often. Usually cranes will work side by side with excavators. If I've done that many times over the years. Yeah, that is a thing. Cranes helping out. I should say excavators helping out cranes, vice versa. So yeah, that's a good idea to, I know it's hard for your vantage point, but my boom is like right in front of that conveyor. And you have a blind side on your excavator and a, what's going on, Road to Freedom? Welcome out, Road Warrior. Yeah, there is a blind side when you are running your excavator. So say right here in the cab, I know it's easier for you to see, but like the right-hand side of the stick, I focus on the left-hand side of the stick all the time because there is a blind side on that right-hand side. Once you start running equipment, and it could be a piece of equipment that you're running for weeks or months at a time, you will get used to the parameters. Is that a good word? Parameter? I like it. I'm running with it. Of the machine. You will get the idea of your angles, the distances, And judging distances is a big thing when it comes to running equipment and driving truck, for that matter. Actually, the guy that just popped in the chat, he's a professional truck driver. He's a I don't think he's over the road. No, he's not over the road. He's a local guy, but it doesn't matter either way. You could be over the road or local. You still got to do the same exact stuff, whether it's job sites, loading docks, or anything else. There is multiple blind spots in the truck, just as much as there is in an excavator. Well, I will say one thing about excavators. The newer excavators, let me take you out of the perch so I can show you, and I'll keep you on that angle. There is cameras everywhere, which is nice. I've run excavators and great alls with multiple cameras. And a huge blind spot in an excavator is, if you're sitting in the cab, it would be your right-hand side to back, if that makes any sense. So anything to the right-hand side of the boom, you literally have this huge piece of iron right next to you about a foot away. If the glass wasn't there, I could literally lean my boot up against the cylinder out here. Anyways, a huge blind spot over there, and it's just something that you have to get over and adapt and learn and get used to, blind spots, especially when it comes to running equipment and driving truck, for that matter. Trucks nowadays do have cameras too, but there is blind spots everywhere. Yeah, I didn't know. Oh yeah, man, they got cameras everywhere, but this one's pretty good. The only downfall you get to these cameras, they are reversed, just like the YouTube camera. So like when I flip you around and put you in the cab, like this is my right hand, but it's showing up as left, I think, for you guys. I could be wrong. Like everything's flipped. It's like mirrored. So the same exact thing with the camera on the back of this, it's mirrored, I think. I don't know, whatever. You get used to it. You get used to it. But yeah, I've run great alls that have actually 4 cameras. Yeah, they split the camera, they split the monitor, they have a separate monitoring system from the dashboard, or whatever you want to call this thing out front here. And yes, they have the cameras everywhere. All the blind spots are taken care of. Although, like I said, I've been doing this for a long time. The only time I utilize cameras is when I'm in a tight spot. If I'm up against a building, I am going to utilize my camera on my counterweight 100% of the time. Other than that, I am in my mirrors, especially when it comes to moving on job sites, because you can't really judge a good distance on a camera. I mean, they're really good, but you gotta, well, first of all, it comes with time and experience in a seat. You gotta trust your instincts, and realistically, your eyeballs are the only thing you can trust. Mirrors are good, really good. Cameras are really good, but at the end of the day, you gotta trust your judgment. Well, it was frozen up here this morning until it's not. Now we're back in a mud pit. Old Jeep Grand Cherokee just posted a video on the fan, on the other channel, Gasoline Garage, shameless plug. But yeah, that was a pain in the ass to get that in and out. I ended up doing 2 radiator hoses, all new antifreeze, new clamps for the radiator, upper and lower hose. They were cheap. I did them because I was already there. And the new radiator fan. And let me tell you right now, thank God I did that alternator 2 weeks ago, which I didn't film it. It was pointless. It's 2 bolts. And there's loads of videos on the WJ Jeep on how to change an alternator, so I didn't bother. But man, when that thing kicks on now, I don't think my fan was working for a long time. My Jeep does not get above 180 anymore, temperature-wise, on the temp gauge. Thank God I did, because man, that fan kicks on and it draws right down. My battery goes to like 13 volts or 12 volts, and it comes right back up with the alternator. But geez, that fan draws a lot, and that's probably because it's aftermarket and just is what it is. But I definitely did not want to overheat that motor at all. Or engine, sorry, engine. A motor is electric, engine is, petroleum fired. Trust me, I've had comments in my other channel numerous times calling an engine a motor. Boy, the people on YouTube are so mean. Anyways. Ugh. So after watching some of my live streams, potentially editing them, I hate squinting. Glasses are going on. I haven't smoked a cigar in 2 days. I'm done. Done. I've smoked long enough. It's a really bad, dirty habit. I don't inhale, so what's the purpose? It might be like a little nicotine thing. I don't do pouches, never will, never done tobacco like that, chewing tobacco, but my cigars have gone up significantly in price. Am I a cheap miser? Yep. I like other things, like car parts. I just bought an auto gauge for the Ranger project for my other channel. That's like $70. So anyways, yeah, all done smoking cigars. Done, done, done. I never vaped in my life. Not gonna plan on doing it. Never done tobacco. I mean, will I smoke my my Monte Cristos and my Romeo and Juliets and some, you know, I like Acid. They got a good brand of cigars. Yeah, I still smoke those here and there. But the everyday smoking cigars in the cab, it's over. Besides that, I've almost got kicked off of jobs. I'm not getting kicked out of this job. We're in the yard. But that's probably why I'm getting, probably why I was smoking quite a bit more, because most job sites do not allow smoking anymore. So, welcome to the new generation of construction. Guy, I used to go to these dudes, man, when I was 18 years old, 16, 17, 18, 19 years old on job sites. And everybody had Marlboro Reds. Everyone was smoking cigarettes. Vaping wasn't even a thing, first of all. They weren't even invented. And, dude, I met a guy that ran a dozer and chain smoke. I know a guy that runs a dozer right now and chain smokes. Good dude, as far as I'm concerned. And, yeah, man. But they're expensive. I'm over it. It's $10. $10 every, yeah, call it 10 bucks. 2 packs a week. I know some guys that smoke a pack a day. How can you do $50 a week on cigars? I'm good. Can't do it no more. So, is it money? Yeah. It's more health. It's more probably health related for me. I want to see some retirement checks out of this. All this stuff I'm doing. I want to see some retirement. So, yeah, no more smoking. My wife's been wanting me to quit for a while anyways. I don't do it at home. I don't do it in front of my kids, but my kids might see this video, so sorry, boys. I love you. But I'm done. Whoa. 2 more minutes. We're wrapping it up, boys. We've been on here for an hour. Same, yeah. And listen, trucking is just, if not worse, than to smoke. You're by yourself driving miles and miles and stressed out with people on the road and people cutting you off. And I can only, listen, that's why I don't drive truck. I have my CDL. If and when I got laid off, I haven't gotten laid off in 3 years. We have a fellow blue collar guy in here, Freedom, and he's the electrician, and he just got laid off. For us in the union, you know from being, well, you may not know, but being up in Jersey for a time, layoff for a union guy is vacation, because we don't get vacation pay. None of us do. So anyways, yeah, no, dude, I can only imagine the stress of smoking. He can't smoke. I'm really not supposed to smoke. It literally says no smoking right here. Legit. Nobody listens to it. Every single one of the machines at this company, it's reversed. It says, yeah, obviously, reversed. See, I know it's mirrored. But yeah, it says it in every machine in this company. It's hard. It's a hard habit to kick. I get it. Like coffee. I don't smoke pot. No, I can't do it. I got too much things in my wallet, my livelihood. I'm all set. I can't do it. Yeah, the thing with trucking now, though, too. Like I said, I haven't got laid off in 2 years, but when I do drive truck. Dude, most like big trucking companies, and I'm assuming the company that you work for, dude, they got cameras up on the dashboard where the inspection sticker is, or where your CB may hang out, up that way. A dash cam that's pointing out to the road and pointing in, watching you. And I've my buddies that work for a trash company that we used to work for all together. Some of them are still there. Jesus, been there for 20-something years. They say if they hit the brakes too hard or too fast, like a panic stop, it takes, the camera turns on, checks your seatbelt, checks what speed you're going, and the outside camera's always filming. They get alerts. They get alerts if they go over a certain amount of speed. Yep, they have that at this company. and all the work trucks. They all have GPS. And a couple guys, when the GPSs came out, whenever they installed them, they would be driving 85, 90 miles an hour on the highway, and an alert would come over the phone, alert the superintendent or whoever had the app. They'd call them wondering why they were doing 85 going down 24 or 93, wherever the hell they were, whatever highway they were on. And yeah, three times, truck's gone for a month, and you get it back one time, and then you're gone forever. The truck, you'll never get the truck back. A lot of those guys need a truck because they refuse to drive up to the city with their own money. So yeah, it's speeding. They'll get you for that too. They have AI too. If you choose if you close your eyes and distract, wow. So that's that hands-free shit. So if your eyes go like this all the time, like I watch live streamers driving down the damn road, and I've made comments in those stupid live streams. They're literally checking the chat, looking down the road 87,000 times, answering questions, mental cases. But anyways, yeah, so if the camera catches you looking in a different direction, hey, and that's why we rock the Oakleys, baby. You can't. I had a phone call come through. Hopefully the audio is still there. Man, I'm going to wrap it up in a little bit anyways. We're past an hour. Trucking companies changed so much. Yeah, I think I got my license. When did I get my license for CDL? Probably around that time. Yeah, that's right. I think that me and you are very similar in age. I think yeah, that's right. Remember we had that conversation on one of your lives. Dude, you should keep your lives up, man. Don't archive them. Go into your studio app. And then if you need to edit them, unless unless the company doesn't want that stuff up there. I get it. Prying eyeballs, I get it. This is my life. This is my channel. If you don't like it, get out. And no one will ever tell me what to do in my life ever again. I have a long story, probably never shared on YouTube. It's more personal to me. But when I was very young, I had a company I worked for, and I didn't stand up for myself when I should have, and I regret every moment of that situation. And I have held on to that moment. It's probably turned me into the person I am today when it comes to that stuff. But I'll never let anyone tell me what to do. Now, if I'm working for you and you're telling me to do something, that's different. The situation I was put in as a young man, I regret not speaking up for myself. But yeah, it's probably about the same time I got mine. Because 2002, I got out of high school. And then, yeah, I might even got it before then. Because I couldn't leave the state. I had a stipulation on my license, like a restriction on my license, that I couldn't. I'll flip you guys back around, keep it interesting so you guys can see some live stuff. Yeah, I couldn't leave the state. I got my license in, so I couldn't go interstate. So I think it was before I was 21, right? Yep, it was before I was 21 years old. Yeah, maybe I will keep them up. I'm going to go back live again. All right, I'll come check you out, buddy. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap this live up anyway, so I'll see you when you're live, my man. Yeah, I think I got my CDL right before 21, because 18, I remember 16, you couldn't have any passengers in your car when you just got your permit and your license, and then I couldn't leave the interstate in a commercial driving license until I was 21. I'm pretty sure. Going to try to belly dump frac sand this coming week. Oh, nice. Yup. So you're going to be hauling a different trailer then instead of doing freight for sure. If that's a belly dump. Yeah, those open up in the center. I've seen those before. Yeah, that's cool. Same company or a different company? You don't have to answer that. Don't answer that. I don't want you to. I know that's sometimes, like you said, people on YouTube are strange. But yeah, dude, I can only imagine. Because listen, this industry's changed too, big time. Big time. We got these new hard hats that I refuse to wear. A lot of people get on my case about it, but oh, no kidding, different company. Right on, buddy. Good for you. Listen, keep chasing it. I don't care if it's $1. Bye. They ain't treating you right. You ain't getting the work and the stuff you want to do. Move on. Dude, that's my MO, bro. That's what I roll. That's how I do it. I don't mess around. That's another reason why I got in the union, because it gives me way more flexibility to do whatever I want. I could have asked for a layoff. I don't want one. This is great. This is easy for me. My commute's crazy, but it is what it is. Can't complain. This is not hard work. I'm not breaking my back. But anyways, yeah, but it has changed. The industry has changed big time. We got these hard hats that look like hockey helmets. It's crazy. Yeah, but I'm gonna wrap this up. I gotta make a few phone calls anyways, boys and girls. I appreciate you guys checking out the channel. Consider subscribing, and it's about 72 miles one way. If you're gonna go live, I'll bump over. I gotta make a few phone calls. But anyways, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I want to close it out by saying I appreciate you stopping in. If you like construction, especially equipment operating, you find the right channel. Consider subscribing. If not, no big deal. The likes help out the algorithm and all that stuff to get this good. As far as I'm concerned, I think it's good information for people, especially the younger crowds. Not so much myself. Later, brother. I'll see you soon. Not so much my age, but I'm kind of going after the younger kids, man, to be honest with you. And maybe someone that's trying to start their midlife crisis, which I think I'm considering. I'm already in it right now, because yeah, 80 years old, that's pretty much done for us. So consider subscribing, notifications bell, leave a comment down below, either in a long form video or even these lives. I love hearing some feedback from you guys. Gives me content to put up for you guys, and any knowledge that you guys want me to share, I'm willing to share it. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Stay dirty.